Good morning, everyone. This is the 20th of April. Quite a dawn. It is 5:35 in the morning. Actually, I couldn't sleep because I noticed that I committed a mistake and I have to correct it. You might remember that I provided a video about Grant Robertson, mistakenly believed to be his biggest blunder. However, actually I checked the numbers again and it seems Mr. Robertson didn't make a mistake. However, we need some clarification on the numbers. Well, first of all, I am owing an apology to the opposition parties because I accused them of not doing their jobs properly. They didn't hold the minister to account. As a matter of fact, I was wrong. I am sorry. And still, although there was on paper no mistake or not misleading figure what Grant Robertson presented about the first quarter's GDP growth in 2021, there needs to be some clarification, and hopefully you will understand why I still believe that he is not skilled well enough economically for his role, and why I believe he didn't do his job with the most responsibility. Okay. To clarify, we have to visit Statistics New Zealand webpage, which is here, and this is the presentation of the March 2021 quarter's GDP figures. Now, as you remember, Mr. Robertson claimed that the GDP was 2.4% higher than it was a year before. As we scroll down, Statistics New Zealand actually highlights that annual average GDP to March 2021 fell by 2.3%. Now, this is it, annual GDP. However, and they consistently use this figure. As we scroll here to the March 2021 quarter, it is down minus 2.3%. Now, why on earth could Robertson still claim that it was 2.4% higher than a year before? Well, annual figure, it is an annual figure what Statistics New Zealand presented. However, there are quarter-on-quarter figures when the March 2021 quarter is compared to the March 2020 quarter. And actually, there is a comparison down on the website here. Here we go. And here we can see the numbers. Change from same quarter previous year. In New Zealand it is 2.4%. And this table shows that Australia was up 1.1%, Canada 0.3%, and we can see that the United Kingdom was actually down minus 6.1%. However, so these are the figures what Mr. Robertson presented. He didn't lie on purpose. However, we have to read this note down here. And this reads as note, as at 15 June 2021, see OECD statistics for GDP data covering other countries. Care should be taken when comparing New Zealand's GDP figures with those of other countries, as the methodology used varies internationally. Stats New Zealand publishes both average annual growth, that's what was minus 2.3% down, and year-on-year change from same quarter previous year GDP growth rates. Average annual growth is Stats New Zealand's preferred measure. So, statisticians recommend the use of the annual figure, which was actually minus 2.3%. But it is not available from the OECD website for all countries each quarter. For more information on average annual growth and year-on-year growth, please see National Accounts Quarterlies. Now, I visited that site, and that explains why Statistics New Zealand prefers the use of the annual figures, because annual figures provide a more accurate view on the development of the economy. It is clear-cut. So the quarter comparison to another quarter is not that accurate. That's what Robertson did. And here there is another problem. Statistics New Zealand is cautioning us to use these figures for comparison. So practically they made a disclaimer here that the table might not be accurate. Now, I visited OECD statistics website, and because now it is 2023, the figures could have been revised, because what I found is actually different than what is here. Australia, for example, if I counted the numbers properly, was 2.5% up. So Australia performed better than New Zealand on that quarter. That's one problem. So actually, Grant Robertson didn't make a mistake. He made something else. I believe he was bragging and presenting the numbers which was politically more convenient for him. And the big issue with it is 1 month later he still believed we had strong growth. Now, one reason why it wasn't good to use the March quarter 2021 figures in comparison to the March 2020 quarters. In 2020, in that quarter, after March 23, the country was either in a level 3 or a level 4 countrywide lockdown, so practically life stopped. That caused that GDP was of course much lower already. So when inflation jumped above 3% in July 2021, Robertson believed it was caused by a strong growth. Now that wasn't the case. Responsible economists would have said that there are uncertainties about the growth figures and growth prospects, and they should have reviewed the causes of jumping inflation. That would have been the responsible attitude. Now, as a closing, I still believe Robertson is not fit for the role, and I still believe political parties should appoint economists for finance spokesperson or finance minister roles, because with the cost of living crisis, we can see the consequences of Robertson's attitude. Eventually we have to pay the price. And once again, I am sorry I wasn't thorough enough to check the figures, and especially from opposition parties, they didn't do anything wrong. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.